All praise belongs to our Lord, the Lord of all worlds. Peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad, who was sent as a guide for all of humanity. Sometimes a person can live their entire life without truly realizing one of the most important truths of existence. Days pass, months pass, and years go by. Life moves quickly. A person wakes up early in the morning, rushes to work, spends the day chasing responsibilities, and returns home tired at night. Then the next day begins exactly the same way. This cycle repeats itself again and again. People make plans, set goals, and spend years trying to build a comfortable life. They want better homes, better careers, and more security for the future. On the outside, everything may look successful. But in the middle of all this activity, many people forget to ask themselves the most important question of their lives. Why was I created? This question is actually the most important question a human being can ever ask, because a life lived without knowing its purpose is like a journey without direction. If someone walks without knowing where they are going, it does not matter how fast they walk. Walking quickly on the wrong path only takes a person further away from the destination. When we look at the world today, we see millions of people living in constant stress and pressure. Everyone seems to be running towards something. People are working harder than ever before. They want more success, more recognition, and more comfort in their lives. Yet despite all this effort, something feels missing in many people's hearts. Because human beings were not created only for the temporary life of this world. A human being cannot have been created just to eat, work, earn money, and eventually die. The human heart, mind, and soul were created for something far greater than that. Deep inside every person there is a desire to understand the truth and discover the meaning of life. This is why many people who seem to have everything in this world still feel an emptiness in their hearts. They may have wealth, success, and comfort, but something still feels incomplete. That is because the human heart was not created to find peace in worldly things. The heart finds true peace only when it knows its Lord. Our Lord clearly explains the purpose of human creation in the Quran. Our Lord says that humans and jinn were created only to worship Him. This statement reveals the real purpose of life. Human beings were not sent to this world simply to exist. They were sent to know their Lord, to worship Him, and to live according to His guidance. However, the distractions of this world often pull people away from this truth. Daily worries, endless responsibilities, financial struggles, and the love of worldly things slowly occupy the human heart. Without even realizing it, a person may begin to forget the purpose of their life. They wake up in the morning and immediately think about work and responsibilities. They go through the entire day busy with tasks and conversations. Hours pass, but their hearts rarely pause to remember their Lord. Then night arrives and the day ends. But very few people stop and ask themselves one powerful question. Did I come closer to my Lord today? This is the question that separates a life of awareness from a life of heedlessness. Because true success in life is not measured by how much wealth a person earns or how much status they achieve. True success is measured by how close a person becomes to their Lord. There are people in this world who gain great wealth and powerful positions. Others admire them and see them as successful. But inside their hearts, they may still feel restless and unsatisfied. When they lie down at night, they may feel a strange emptiness that no amount of wealth can fill. At the same time, there are people who live very simple lives. They may not have large houses, expensive cars, or high positions in society. but their hearts are filled with peace, because they know their Lord. A heart that remembers its Lord carries a peace that cannot be bought with money. A person whose heart is connected to their Lord can remain calm even in the most difficult situations. Hardships may come and go, but their inner peace remains strong. This is because they understand a very important truth. This world is not the final destination. This life is a test, and the real life is the life of the hereafter. In this world, every human being is like a traveler on a temporary journey. Just as a traveler prepares carefully for a long trip, a wise person prepares for the journey that comes after this life. They remind themselves that this world is temporary. Every day that passes is bringing them closer to the end of their journey in this life. This awareness changes how a person lives. They begin to think more carefully about their actions. They become more sincere in their prayers. They try to purify their hearts and treat others with kindness and justice. They ask themselves an important question every day. If today were my last day on earth, how would I stand before my Lord? This question can transform a person's entire life. Someone who sincerely reflects on this question begins to change. They become more conscious of their actions and they begin to value their time more carefully. Because they understand that time is one of the greatest gifts given to human beings. Every passing day is a piece of life that will never return. One day a person will look back and realize how quickly the years have passed. And on that day, the greatest regret will not be losing wealth or status. The greatest regret will be realizing that they did not spend enough time getting closer to their Lord. Because on the day of judgment, wealth will not help anyone. Power will not help anyone. Fame will not help anyone. The only thing that will remain with a person is the record of their deeds. For this reason, the greatest success in life is to know your Lord, and the greatest loss in life is to live with a heart that has forgotten its Lord. Remember this: when a person forgets their Lord, they slowly lose the true meaning of life. But when someone finds their Lord, they discover a peace and purpose that nothing in this world can replace. Maybe today is the moment someone begins to think differently. Maybe today is the day a heart turns back toward its Lord. If this video made you think about something, like the video and follow the channel.